Hi, welcome to clickmeproject.com. This video will lead us to the demo of performance and cost evaluation of adaptive encryption architecture for cloud database. A cloud database management system is a distributed database that delivers computing as a service instead of a product, improving confidentiality of information stored in cloud database. It is an important contribution to cloud database. Data encryption is the optimum solution for achieving confidentiality. Buffish algorithm is used for the encryption purpose. In some native method, encrypt the whole database through some standard encryption algorithm that do not follow any SQL operation directly on the cloud. This formal solution affected by workload and cost would make the cloud database service inconvenient. We propose a novel architecture for adaptive encryption of public cloud database. Adaptive encryption allows any SQL operation over encrypted data. The novel cloud database architecture that uses adaptive encryption technique with no intermediate servers. This scheme provides cloud provider with the best level of confidentiality for any database workload. We can determine the encryption and adaptive encryption cost of data confidentiality from the research point of view. First of all, the user application is the first thing. The user need to store the data in cloud. For that, the security of the data is very important. The user have to select the plain data. This plain data is encrypted and then it is stored. Before that, the encrypted data are stored in the database. For that, the key is also generated. And then for the plain data, the metadata is generated. Now we have two type of data, that is plain data and metadata for that plain data. And then these two, that is plain data and metadata, are encrypted. So that the encrypted metadata is the first step, and then the encrypted data. These are stored into the database, that is the online storage or the cloud. So these data are retrieved by the client, that is the next process, so that the retrieved data is present. For that, the user have to give the query to cloud, and then the cloud, that is the server, process for the relevant content and then return back to the client. Let us see the demo of the project. First of all, run the homepage.java. Right click the homepage.java and select run file option. Now press this image. Now select the data set by using the browse button. Now select the new text document.txt. It is the data set. These are the contents that present in the data set, and then press next. Now select the checkbox, that is file name. We can get the file name. Here we can get the location of the selected file. Here we can get the format of the selected data set, and then here we can get the size of the data set. Now press next. Now press the insert button. The selected data set contains a lot of data. These data are inserted into the database, and then press title metadata. Now the metadata is generated for the data set. That is, the metadata is generated for the title, and then the metadata is generated for the author name, and then press next. Now the metadata is generated for the publisher, and then metadata is generated for year. In our data set, we are having four type of data, that is the book title name, author name, publisher name, and the year. For these four data, we are generating the metadata, and then press next. Now press original data. Now the original data is displayed in this table, and the user have to enter the key. This key must be a 16-digit key. Then press data cipher. Now the data is encrypted, and then press next. Then press original index. Now the index are displayed. There are 4 index. They are book title index, and then the author for publisher, and also the year. The index is also called as metadata. For this also we have to give the key, and then press index cipher. Now the metadata is also encrypted. Now press next. Now press the data. This is the encrypted data, and this is the encrypted metadata. Then press next. Select the book name. Here the list of book names are displayed. Select any one of that and press search, and press next. Now the author names are displayed. Select any one of the author name and press search, and then press next. Here the publisher option is used to show the publishers that are present in the dataset. Select anyone and press search, then press next. Now select any one of the year from this list and then press search. Now click the send button. These details are transferred into the cloud, that is the server. Now press receive. Now the client queries are received by the cloud, and then bit vector. These are generated for the query of the client, and then press next. Now the binary data is also generated for the bit vector, and then ciphering. Now the query of the client is encrypted, then press next. Now the index searching. The index searching is show that the index that are matched to the encrypted data for the query given by the client, and then click data searching. These are the relevant data that related to the query given by the client. Then press send. Now click the receive. Now the client receives the data that is transferred by the server. Then press get. This key is used by the data owner to encrypt the data. Now click decrypt. This shows that the decrypted data that is related to the query given by the client. Then click graph. This graph will show that the size of the data and then the execution time of the whole data.